So this was our very first year homeschooling, and today I'm going to share with you my 5 must-haves for homeschooling. Okay. Is that good?
Yeah.
Are we having some mic issues again?
Talk.
So in the state of Missouri, we are required to have and be able to show proof of 1,000 hours of homeschooling. And 600 of those hours have to be in core subjects like science or math or reading. I started out the year attempting to keep track for all 5 kids of these hours using a spiral notebook. And it did not go well. So I began researching a way to keep track of these hours using Excel or a similar program. And I found a platform called Homeschool Hall. Homeschool Hall is built and maintained in Springfield, Missouri, which is just north of us. And so that was pretty cool. But they help keep track of hours and what subjects those hours are in. They do grades. And they can even help you build a transcript, and all of that is included in their yearly fee. So this is the dashboard for Homeschool Hall. Right there, really easily, you can see how many hours you put in for the year and what percentage of the year that's complete. It also breaks it up for you by core versus non-core, so you can make sure that you have all of your core hours. And you know, if you went a little bit over, that's kind of cool too, right? It also, if you want to enter in your goal for the amount of days or hours per day, it'll help you with that. My favorite part of this dashboard, and what I used probably the most this year, was that it breaks out your hours by subject so that you can look and easily see if you're a little bit too heavy on one subject or another. This being my first year of homeschool, it was something that I was concerned about and kept an eye on. Okay, so the next section is a grade dashboard, and as you're entering assignments and the hours for those assignments, you are able to put in not only what subject they are and how many hours you spent on those assignments, you can put in a grade. This year we did mostly pass-fail grades. Next year we'll do that a little bit differently. We'll do some percentage grades, but it is nice to be able to see how everybody's doing on their grades. You can see what activities you still have hanging out there that you need to grade. So if you're like me and you get a little lost in the paperwork sometimes, that's super nice. There is a calendar section, so you can look at the calendar and you can actually drag and drop things. If you like to schedule ahead, you can use the calendar for that. And then this is just the journal. This was what I used the most of. You do quick entries, select your subject. There's the date, you can say how long you did, put a little number in there, who participated, and whether or not you want to grade it. It's that easy. Homeschool Hall is always making improvements. They've done a lot of additions even since I started using it. So it's not only super user-friendly, very pleasing to the eye, but if you have any questions or if you need any support help, they're super easy to work with. They respond right away and help you with whatever needs that you have. Because Homeschool Hall was my #1 must-have for homeschool, I reached out to the owner and he gave me a 10% discount that I can share with you guys. All of the information will be linked below, but basically any of his packages, he has a monthly package, an annual package, or a lifetime package. It's 10% off any of those packages, and the code is 025. All of that information will be in the description below. Thank you, Sam. Okay, so when we first started homeschooling, I was super concerned about math. I've obviously never taught any subject before, but math just seemed the most scary. I found 2 resources that helped me incredibly with math. And the first one is mathdrills.com. It's math-drills.com, and they have hundreds, if not thousands, of absolutely free worksheets on every part of math you can even imagine. We used it for comparing numbers, we used it for adding and subtracting integers, multi-digits, addition and subtraction. I used it for the littles every single day for what was called Mad Minute Math when I was a child, where you have 100 simple addition or subtraction problems on one sheet, and you get timed for it. I use that every single day, and it was completely free. So anytime one of the kids got stuck on a particular item in their math book, I was able to go to mathdrills.com, print out a handful of worksheets so they could get a little extra practice. And again, it was completely free. So the other thing that really saved my bacon as far as math was Humble math workbooks. You get these on Amazon. They're only $5 to $8 a piece, and they're 100 sheets of extra practice or math work, which will last you all year. So I use this for word problems for the older girls. I used it for telling time for Ashton. Telling time was kind of a tough subject to have to teach. We're going to be using them a lot this summer when we do a little bit of extra gap work this summer. $5 to $8. These are incredible. So one of the really cool things about homeschooling that we absolutely loved was the ability to do school anywhere. From the trampoline to the library. We did a lot of school at the library. We did history one day at Dogwood Canyon. We were able to go to different national parks and do school there. We could do school anywhere, and we absolutely loved it. So my next must-have for homeschool is Audible. When we first started homeschooling and I found out about that 1,000 hour requirement, I literally lost sleep. I was so worried about being able to hit those hours. Enter audiobooks. We actually have gotten to where we listen to audiobooks anytime we're in the car going anywhere, to church for a meeting, to the library, to Springfield, anytime we can. We've been listening to audiobooks, and we can count that as homeschool hours. To top it all off, I believe that Audible and audiobooks have helped our kids, even the reluctant readers, enjoy reading just a little bit more. Okay, so my very last must-have for homeschool to share with you is a platform called Notion. Notion is a productivity platform app. It's kind of hard to explain, but I use Notion every single day, all day long, and so I had to share it with you. Notion is where I put all of our lesson plans for the year, all of the kids' assignment requirements for the week. Every week I print off a sheet for them from Notion, showing them what work they need to get done for that week. And it's also a great tool for planning ahead. If I want to plan ahead the next few weeks, the entire next school year, which is something I've been working on, I do that in Notion. Okay, so the difference between Notion and Homeschool Hall. Homeschool Hall is your entire tracking app platform. Notion is for daily planning. Notion is where I go in and I plan out this week. We're gonna do history week 32, or this week I need Alexis to finish her lesson number 36 in her math book. And that all goes into Notion. I put it into a calendar, and then I'm able to pull out just for this week what I need to print off for Alexis to know what she needs to get done this week. Okay, so those are my 5 must-haves for homeschool. Homeschool Hall, mathdrills.com, Humble Math, Audible, and Notion. All of those links will be in the description below. And please, if you have questions, reach out. I love talking about homeschool. Also, if you're curious about what curriculum we used, what we liked, what we didn't like, there is a new section on our webpage, www.025family.com, all about what I've learned from homeschooling. So definitely check that out. Thank you so much for watching. We're fixing to go to the library, so we'll see you again next week.